What's up, homies? And welcome to another episode of the Homeys Real Estate Podcast. This is your host, Anthony.
I'm Angel.
I'm a realtor.
I'm a lender.
And hopefully together we can give you a pretty good idea of what's happening in today's real estate market. Yes, homies, I decided to bring the beanie back. I don't know if I'm going to wear it for forthcoming podcasts, but I wasn't feeling my hair today, so I'm going to throw the beanie on. The Homeys Real Estate Podcast. But anyways, it's the beginning of the month. You know what that means. It's time to go over the numbers for LA County. And if you remember from last podcast, I mentioned that the market is starting to cool off. And I projected that prices were going to stay relatively similar to what we had last month. So let's see if my predictions hold true. So as usual, we're just going to go rocket rounds. If you're listening to this on Spotify, on Apple, on our website, I recommend checking this out on YouTube or any form of social media. That way you can see these charts for yourself. It might be a little bit easier to dissect. But anyways, here we go. Los Angeles County. Median sales price last month, $825,000. It's $825,000 this month as well. When we look at median days on market, it increased from 9 to 10 days. That's really good news. It looks like we're starting to transition a little bit more towards a buyer's market, but we're still an extreme seller's market. Remember, that's a little bit of days. You still need to get pre-qualified before looking at homes because you have a little bit of time to make an offer. When we look at active listings, it did increase, right? About 800 more active listings. So again, we're trending in the right direction for buyers. This is good news for you. When we look at inventory month supply, it increased from 1.9 months last month to 2 months now. Now, inventory month supply means if there was no more homes listed in Los Angeles County, it would take about 2 months for the current inventory on the market to be sold. In a balanced market, that's about 5-6 months. So we're still in an extreme seller's market, but we are trending in the right direction. Now, when we look at median price per square foot, another indication of whether price is going up or down, it actually just increased $1. So from June 2021, the last 2 months, it's been relatively the same, which is good news. It means that the market is starting to stabilize. And then ultimately, when we look at closed volume has been decreasing for the last 2 months. Closed volume means number of home sales multiplied by sales price, right? That's when we get closed volume. So it dropped from 16 billion last month to 14.8 billion this month. It's still 22% more than we had last year, and a lot more, like almost twice as much more than any other year. So we're still selling a lot of real estate. Home prices are still high, so that's why we're having higher closed volume. Now, Angel, what's your opinion about this market? What catches your attention?
I just kind of how I mentioned last time. These are, July and August are the hottest months of the year. So the fact that we're seeing actually a slowdown in the market it's pretty crazy. But it's a good sign for you buyers, right? It's been so competitive all year. And now, from speaking from personal experience too, like I had clients who got pre-qualified, and it only took them a week or two to get into escrow. That was not happening before. Before I pre-qualified somebody, it was really rare they get into escrow within the first week or two. Mm-hmm. So I guess that kind of attests to how the market is slowing down. Speaking with realtors as well, other lenders, everyone's kind of saying the same thing. Not that it's slowing down, but it's a little easier to get those offers accepted. That's how it feels to us, right? Some people getting their offers accepted in at listing price. Not even have to go over sometimes. Not having to go so crazy on the contingencies. I've noticed that as well. So it's a good sign for you buyers because it seems a little bit less competitive, more options out there for you, and interest rates are still phenomenal. So really good time. And also for sellers, it's still a seller's market at the end of the day. So it's still a really good time to sell your home as well.
Absolutely. So Angel nailed it. It's definitely a lot easier to get your offer accepted, but we're not saying it's a buyer's market. It's still a seller's market, right? There's still going to be multiple offers on homes, but rather than having 10, 20, sometimes 30 plus offers on home, you're now competing with about 5. at most 10. It's not as competitive like it was 3-4 months ago.
But sometimes I will say, and just because I have a lot of realtor friends that post on Instagram, there are still some of those really hot homes that there's lines outside the door just to watch, just to see it. So in some cases there are some of those extremely hot homes, but before it was every home was like that. Now it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's just some specific homes that people market it. Wow, it's gonna get a lot of attention.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what catches my attention a lot here is the inventory month supply, right? And the number of active listings. So the number of active listings has been increasing for 2 months straight, and inventory month supply has been increasing for 2 months straight. So what this tells me is that homes are sitting on the market a little bit longer, and we're getting more inventory. So that gives buyers more options. When there's more options, there's less offers on homes, and that makes it a little bit easier not only to get a better deal for a home, but to get your offer accepted. So there's multiple reasons to be excited if you're a buyer. We're starting to trend in the right direction. It isn't crazy like it was once. Angel, do you have any opinions about our inventory levels right now, prediction?
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to continue to increase inventory levels as we head into the winter months, fall, winter months. The market slows down. So, and then on top of it, for it to go up during the hottest months of the season or hottest months of the year, I definitely see the fall and winter months inventory increasing, which again, that benefits you buyers out there. So just cross our fingers that interest rates stay low, and that'll definitely be beneficial for you guys out there that are buying a home right now.
Absolutely. So, Angel, let's transition to projection. So it looks like the market has been cooling off, right? Mm-hmm. And it isn't just cooling off in Los Angeles County in Southern California, but it's cooling off nationwide, mm-hmm. right? So a lot of experts, and we had mentioned this earlier this year, like January, February, that, hey, first half of the year, it's going to be a hot year. Second half of the year, it should start to cool off. So we're going to see a lot of our appreciation up until July-ish. So those experts, and we align with those experts, were pretty accurate because that's what we're starting to see now. Do you anticipate prices increasing for the remainder of the year? Are they going to kind of stay consistent, or do you see prices ending the year in December lower than what it is now?
It's kind of hard to tell, and the reason I say that is I think the big indicator of all that's going to be where interest rates end up at the end of the year, right? So I think if interest rates stay in the same ballpark that they are right now, I don't think it's going to increase anymore, but I think it's going to be a stabilization. But if rates do increase, I think that we'll see prices drop by the end of the year. Not significantly, but we will see a decline in purchase price.
Yeah, that's a great point. Interest rates definitely play a big part in purchasing power and purchase price, right? And I know we referenced this in the past, the 1 to 10 rule, right? So for every 1% interest rates increase, purchasing power, purchase prices typically go down about 10%. So if interest rates, and right now interest rates are immaculate, amazing interest rates. If you're looking to refinance, if you're looking to purchase, it's a really, really good time. Still, so if they start to increase even 0.5%, then your purchasing power is going to go down because you cannot qualify for less. And now we can, as a result, see prices go down as well because people can't bid as much for a home. Exactly. So Angel nailed that point. That plays an important role in whether prices are going to go up or down. And at the end of the day, it isn't about the price tag. It's about the monthly payment, right? Because a home could be worth $500,000, but the interest rate's 10%. Your payment is going to be very comparable to something that's $800,000 with a 3% interest rate, right? So it's not about the price tag. It's about the monthly affordability, right? If you can make those payments.
And that was an exaggeration. Rates are not going to go to 10%.
No, I know. They were 10% like in the 80s, right? So, but yeah, we won't revert back to those crazy interest rates. I was just giving you guys an example. Or you homies, an example. Angel, so you have any advice, or actually before we jump into the advice, what are interest rates looking like right now?
Yeah, so FHA's still really competitive. Of course, everything's going to depend on interest rate, down payment, all that stuff. But for FHA, you can look at 2.125, 2.25 still, very low interest rate still on the FHA side. Conventional, they've been in FHA as well, but more conventional, up and down as far as where the rates are at. But today, I checked them earlier today. It's still really good. You can get a conventional rate 2.75, so still in the twos. Just depends on your down payment, credit score, all those things. But definitely not bad rates at all. Extremely good rates.
So 2.75 for conventional, depending on your credit score,
down payment,
and then for FHA, we're looking at what, like
2.125, 2.25. Also depends if the loan's high balance, which is a whole another topic. But yeah, I mean, rates are still good. Rates are phenomenal still.
2.25. If that doesn't excite you, buyers, then I don't know what will. Like, that's extremely low. I mean, you're almost borrowing money for free at that point. That's awesome news. And that interest rates are still historically low, and that we have more inventory coming. Prices are starting to stabilize. So there's a lot of things or a lot of good reasons for buyers to start looking for homes. Now, Angel, what's one piece of advice that you'll give to someone looking for a home right now, or like something that will help someone or galvanize them to, all right, I think now's the time to start looking?
I mean, as far if you're not pre-qualified right now, like what I would recommend is, how would I tell everybody? Just come in and see a lender, right? See where you're at, see where you stand. It's absolutely free to talk to a mortgage lender and a real estate a realtor, right? So feel free to just come in, see what. So many people are scared. I think my big advice is, so many people are scared to run their credit. Don't be scared, especially if you think your credit may be a little low. Run your credit. Us as on the lending side can help you, to an extent, increase that credit score. If it's not where it needs to be, we can tell you what you can do to get it up. Or even if it's at a good point right now, but you want it even higher, we could help you with that. Purchasing a home is a lot easier, than what people think, right? So don't be scared to hear the truth. And sometimes the truth is actually going to be good news. So a lot of times it's good news. And if you come in and that day's not your day to get pre-qualified, I guarantee you will build a plan for 3 months, 6 months, a year for you to be in that position.
Oh my gosh, Angel, I cannot agree more. I think a lot of people don't think they can qualify for a home, or don't know how much they can qualify for. And it's absolutely free to talk to a realtor, to talk to a lender, to even get represented by a realtor. If you're purchasing a home, it's free. So I recommend, like, if you're just curious, like, hey, how much can I afford, or how much will I get qualified for? Get pre-qualified. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take that long. There's only a couple documents that we're going to need, and then just run your credit. And it takes about an hour to walk you through your options. And then at that point, you at least have an understanding of, okay, this is how much I get qualified for. This is how much the payment's going to be. This is how much I can afford, or how much I prefer to stay my payment. This is how much I prefer for my payment to be within, right? So 100% recommend just at least testing the waters, getting a feel of what the process is like, even if you're not in the market this year. But yeah, with that said, homies, I hope this excites you buyers. It's a really, really good time. We got low interest rates. We got more inventory. Prices are stabilizing. And interest rates are expected to go up moving forward. So there's a lot of reasons to start looking for a property now. Again, at the end of the day, it's all about monthly affordability. And if you can make those payments, so by no means I'm trying to pressure you to buy a home. We're just here to give you the facts. With that said, I want to wish you all the best, homies. Take care. Stay safe. Hey homies, it's Anthony. This podcast contains my opinions and is for educational purposes only. It does not guarantee any projections and should not serve as a basis for any purchase or sale in real estate.